A little slow today. So I don't know how long I'm going to do this. Maybe an hour or so. We'll see. Hour and a half maybe. And back to editing. No surprise. I was up pretty late researching stuff. Researching. No, I was looking at a programming thing, which I might check out more here today. We'll see. So I've got two projects for the tech channel I could work on. So I was thinking of doing that because I was just recently, oops, let me switch to here for a second. I was just recently finishing a project for the photography bonsai channel. So that one's good. I can pull up the stats on that. It's not, no surprise, it's not doing amazingly well viewership wise, but it's just how it goes. Maybe in time, we'll see. I might change the title at some point or the thumbnail, but I think the thumbnail's fine. Let's see. Yeah, 93 views for the vertical short and 28 for the main video on YouTube. And then TikTok. I'm trying to think of. I think it's Photo Bonsai. Yeah. That one's got 129. And then I guess I can show this one. Oh, I guess I have to switch my frame there. And there's the TikTok channel, 129. And then Instagram. There we go. A little slow. This one got undetermined. I guess I need to be logged in. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't show. That's weird. But when I had seen it, it was like 200 something, I think. So surprisingly, the Instagram has the most viewership right now, which is generally not the case. So that's cool. Well, this. At some point, I want to look at the YouTube audio library music and see if there's anything else in there that I can add to my list here. So what happens is that I have the VOD track feature on Twitch so that this stuff doesn't get embedded into Twitch. But then on YouTube, it just goes to it. Because there's, as far as I know, there's no feature to remove certain audio sources on YouTube. I could look into that and see. I'm honestly not sure. So this one I haven't even tried to edit. I thought that I did a voiceover. I think this must be a voiceover, but I don't know. I've got audio. But I think that's for the stream portion. Yeah. Oh, I'm not going to do that one right now. So I had started this at some point, but then something I think the other project took over from there. So that's done. I also made a website article. Could show that. You could look at the stats too. But I don't expect much viewership or readership, I should say, on here. So yeah, how I do this is it's based on the full video. I use the caption data and the actual YouTube video itself in Gemini Pro AI. But this one took a pretty significant amount of editing and just rewriting. And I also added a bunch of photos that it didn't choose when I had it come up with something. So for example, I took these photos after took these photos afterwards. I didn't notice this feature on these quick release things. This little thing here. I could show it on here for a little bit, but yeah, it has magnets on it. So this is ferrous metal, ferrous. This is, anything that I could find that it would attach to. But I mean, a lot of things these days use aluminium, however you pronounce it in other countries. But yeah, I added that to that, and then I mentioned it in the videos. So I did basically cover that, but it's just not as ideal as if I had noticed it and mentioned it in the video. I mean, the funny thing is that it literally says magnetic on the box, but I didn't read it. Yeah. I do have a bunch of like pre-unboxed things that I might do a stream on, just re-unboxing them. Various tech things. I bought a USB cable recently and just stuff like that. And then I could potentially make little videos on that. But yeah, these are the thing that was covered. And then on the bottom here, it says magnets. So hopefully that doesn't mess the microphone up. But yeah. There we go. Attaches to GoPro on one side with the standard fins. There we go. So that was a relatively fun project. Took a long time as usual, and I do so many things for it. And it's quote unquote, I put quotes on it because it's just funny. Free product, but it's not free. It's a large time investment. So they had sent me those two, the bag and the clamp, which I am using the clamp over here for this little screen. And that's been working well. But this specific type of stuff, it just wouldn't make sense to sell it. So I'm kind of in the negative money, but it's content, so. Yeah, some of these I had to remake basically because I wanted to show things that the Gemini Pro didn't select when I asked it to give me a bunch of example photos and stuff from the video. Then I have a script that pulls those frames from the video, which I fixed pretty recently, a day or two ago, because I noticed some quality issues, but it was a little quirk in the code or something I had to change in the code. to make higher quality. That's the bag. This is the cheap webcam, top-down camera. That's why it looks so different than the other footage. But it's functional. I mean, it's good enough to get the point across. It's the actual bag name. That's cool. It's some knurling on the extension arm for that clamp. So they're very fixed when you clamp it down. Yeah. Pretty cool gear. There are some negatives to the quick releases, but I mean, I'm sure I can figure out some uses for them at some point. Mostly with, you can't have the GoPro at 90 degrees from the quick release. So just these things are not tall enough to make that work based on how thick the GoPro is and like how, you know, the size of the actual fins on the GoPro itself or any other device that would use those fins, like the standard fins. Yep. Actually, I could look at the stats on here. Let's see. Open new window. I'm gonna do it like a screenshot. Probably be easier. I'm not even sure what time frame this is. Google Analytics is oddly designed. It's 28 days. Yeah, I think the numbers are off because of some weird event in the data it captured. No, let me check something real quick. Yeah, that's paused. Yep. I don't need those. Yeah, so this is over 28 days, the website. And this event here is odd. It's a large spike. It's probably some type of bot or thing, you know, scraping my information. Well, it was so yeah, there's 28 days, and then you can see the by country. So China is reading my website, which, I mean, it's probably AI, scraping data for AI. I'm flattered. But yeah, United States is number 2 on the list. That's a significant difference of site access. See if there's anything else that's interesting in here. All right, so this is the pages that they accessed. Now, most of it's on the home page. That's kind of weird. But maybe they were scraping it in a way that was able to pull more articles or something just from the homepage. I'm not sure how that would work, but yeah. And then Next most viewed is this M6 Mark II Viltrox 33mm f1.4 video. That's surprising. 189. Let me pull up that article. So I mean that's a pleasant surprise, I guess. So in early September, I edited that video that I filmed back in 2022. I still have quite a few more of those that I need to make something of at some point. Yeah. So had I not started kind of expanding things in the way that using the AI stuff to help me, specifically Gemini Pro 2.5, and then the previous version that they had for a while that I had noticed, the website articles wouldn't really be viable for me to write. Just do it, do it myself, because it comes up with most of the text, and obviously I edit things and add things and remove things, change the way that it sounds, but it's still a good structure, and it's all based on my own content. It's not anything new or special, but the one thing it does do is so I asked it to add context for certain terms and things. So in this case, the AI comes up with this, and of course I read it and I verify it for the most part, but yeah, that's a nice little addition. So for whatever reason, a fair amount of people found this interesting and checked it out. And then clearly you can see these are frames from the video that I had extracted with all of my tools that I've made so far. Yeah, that's pretty much it. What I could do is see how many views potentially came from the website and were watched on YouTube. Let's see. This one. So this video has 848 views, 15 comments. So that's more than my usual, I think. And then if I go into the analytics, let me see if I can find. Oh, I made. Oh, man. So for AdSense, the ads on YouTube, I made $1.78 for 850 views, which I mean is better than nothing, but for the amount of time just editing, obviously it doesn't compute. But it doesn't, people could click on my affiliate links or the linked products on the YouTube video, or they watch the thing on TikTok or Instagram, which I have it on there too, the vertical version, which I could look at that as well. Maybe I'll just do the screenshot thing today. It seems to work well, and I don't have to bring over browser windows to the live stream. Just make sure I'm on the right screen. Yeah, I don't want to be in face cam mode and not realize it. So this is the viewership on that specific video right now. It's a little bit lower here, but yeah, 560 more than usual for the given time frame. 3 subscribers, it's $1.78. I mean, what can I buy for $1.78 before tax? In the United States, we have federal tax or federal income tax. We have, in my case, I have state income tax. And then there's something called self employment tax, which is uh, Medicare and also Social Security. So any money that you make that's not directly from like a standard job, you're gonna pay self employment tax. So that's federal income tax plus self employment tax. So if you're at the bottom tier of federal income tax, I think that's 10%, and then you add on the 12.9%, I think it is, for the mix of Social Security plus Medicare. Medicare is a health insurance thing, kind of, sort of, for older people that they get access to at some point. So that's $1.78 minus all of that. And then, I don't know, let's say at the bottom tier, that's going to be 20. And in my case, Illinois, income tax is, I mean, there is a standard deduction for income tax that is factored in as well. But if you don't consider that, it's going to be 10% at the bare minimum, plus 12.9%, plus, in my case, 4.75%, I think it is, for the state. And then, of course, if you go and buy things, you're going to pay sales tax. So sales tax is a mix of the standard rate, and then sometimes cities add a few percent to it. So I think, geez, I haven't even looked, but I think it's like 8.25. I think the base rate in Illinois, or at least this area, is 6.25, but then most areas it's like 8.25. So the city or the county or something adds another few percent to the sales tax. And then, of course, if you have a house or something, you're gonna pay. Geez, what is it? If you own a house, it's there's tax on that too per year, and it's based on like the value of it. Property tax, yeah, property tax. So I'm trying to think of what other taxes there are. Mm, there's another thing too if you have your own business, but it depends on like what type of business you have. Workman's comp or workman's compensation. So in some circumstances, in some types of like contract work or something, I was able to avoid paying workman's compensation because I had a business at one point of just doing contracted computer programming, and that was I was able to avoid having to pay the workman's compensation because it's just me. But it was a process to figure that out. I think it was that. I think that one was like a few percent of something, or who knows what. I don't remember the specifics at this point. But then the reason I had to do that is because I did an LLC tax as an S corporation. In retrospect, it was a pain in the ass to deal with. But the LLC in the United States is a pass through entity. So I should have just left that as is because it was easier to deal with. But then you can elect to be taxed as an S corporation. That gives you the ability to have employees, and you can be an employee of your own business, which is what I did. And there's ways to kind of sort of make say like keep a little bit more of your money, but in reality I don't think it's worth the hassle unless you obviously have a lot of revenue and such. But the additional hassles to doing the S corp thing was that you had to do the 940s employee tax documents every, I don't know, was it every quarter? I can't remember. But messed up those a few times. There were other things. And towards the end, I did mess up a 940 or something, or I did some calculation wrong or whatever. And the IRS was not thrilled. But I don't think I got a huge fine. I can't remember the specifics, but I did write stuff in a self-published self-published book that probably is still on Amazon. And yeah, it's all in there. Let me see if that's still there. Yep, it's still on there. Free with Kindle. Oh, it's got a 3-star rating. Oh boy. Let me see if Dan 2012. Not a bad write-up. To all the fellow small business, do your research first. Now states have single websites that include wizards that allow you to register an LLC in under 24 hours, really. I had, at the time, I had used a lawyer to set that up. Most of the time, this includes things like state withholding registration, fin registration. Okay, yeah, that too. If you're internet savvy, there's no need to hire an online or lawyer. I might want to, I mean, it's kind of a waste of time, but I might want to go in there and see if I need to fix anything in the text. To start your first payroll check, you must file quarterly taxes no matter if you have made a profit or not. Yeah. Harris says, I mean, I don't think I would have said that I don't. The IRS has the right to reclassify any distribution of wages if you do not pay yourself a reasonable salary. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I mentioned all this. Start to make more profit, increase your salary. Yeah. Okay, this person seems to, at least in 2012, they seem to like the S Corp thing. Okay, one of the great things about electing S Corp is that you can pay health insurance fringe benefits in addition to the salary check. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think I might have mentioned the health insurance thing. I vaguely remember setting up a uh, health insurance saving account, which is long gone. This is like the time period for this was the 2008 crash thing when I was doing it like a contracted software developer thing for a company, and then they let go of all of their contracted people and contracted businesses. Technically, I started as a staffing agency, and then I transitioned to my own thing, and then they paid me a little bit, or I mean a fair amount more once I transitioned to my own thing compared to the staffing agency. And they probably saved money themselves in the process because those staffing agencies probably take a fair amount. So do not attempt to use spreadsheets for QuickBooks. Worth its money in gold for peace of mind. Overall, for the price, it's a good, quick read that confirms my experience so far with the research. What does that even mean? So they're did they not do it? I don't know if they had actually done what I was. Okay, that's fine. You know, there is a difference between actually doing it and researching it, but hey, I mean, their information seems legitimate. Yeah, that's cool. Anyways, it still exists. Oh, look, that's me. I don't know if I want to click on that. Let's click on it. Off screen. Oh, wow. I have a bio. I must have edited that at some point. Is there anything weird in here? No. Okay, I'll show it. I wish I could dedicate time to writing stuff. There's another book. I have some notes and things of revising this or just making a new version of it. I probably would not want to replace the existing one. These are all probably like friends that rated these books. My marketing was terrible for this one, but I even went as far as getting a bunch of prints made and then taking them to my local library, and they did actually put it on the shelves. I don't know if it still exists there, but at one point for a good amount of time that I noticed, it was on the shelves at the library. And technically not just one, it was like multiple libraries. So that was cool. I have a few photos of it on the shelf. And it wasn't like in a special area, it was just literally in the right area. You know, for what type of book it was. And then this one, I think this is the one that I think sold the most at the time. Basically, I have family in Arizona. The person that, well, his wife, my aunt is still alive, but my uncle passed away, and he was the one that I would do a lot of this related stuff with, of course, with her as well. But that was a bunch of trips to Arizona doing photography and stuff. We would design these calendars. He was into making calendars because he could expense it as a business thing. So we would make calendars, and then he would buy some of them for family and stuff. I mean, they were available for sale. It was legitimate in the sense that random people could buy them, but Honestly, I think there were a few sales from random people at the time, but I was using mostly Cafe Press, I think it was. But eventually Cafe Press also uh, got hacked at one point, and my data was stolen by hackers and creep swords. But besides that, Cafe Press was pretty decent. You could make calendars. You could make a bunch of different type of stuff. Yeah. Oh, this one too. Started since 2004. I was finishing. I don't even remember writing this. That's how old it is. I was finishing up classes related to majoring computer science. My college efforts were very slow because I'm old, but it took me longer than a normal person to get through college. Uh, but I didn't have any debt basically at the end, except for technically I had a few $1,000s of debt from the study abroad. But it was at the time I had a job that was quickly paid it. So initially attended a 2-year university, saved money, transferred to 4-year, only focused on my major classes. So I missed out on the standard college lifestyle thing. Yeah. Attended Japanese animation club. Cultivated my interest in Japanese culture as a whole. Once I put the desire to visit Japan in my current lack of credit, I decided to check out study abroad. The person that helped and figured it out on the school side was awesome. She was, I think, one of the kind of like a newer employee at the time, but she really put some effort in to find a reasonable program. Because we had initially just looked around, and the ones that she found were like in Tokyo and Osaka, and they were so expensive, even back in 2005, 2006. But man, they were expensive. It was like $20,000 or some crap. And even now, $20,000, that's a lot of money. So I was like, I can't do that. But then she found the one in Nagasaki, which was significantly cheaper. And it just as interesting, it was so much better. But yeah, there's a language school in Nagasaki that does the study abroad thing, and they're awesome. I assume they're still going well, and I've shown it on stream before, so it's not me. Nah. Gai Koku Go Daigaku. Gaku. So let's see if that's right. Yeah. Nagasaki Gai. Did I misspell it? Nagasaki University of Foreign Languages, Foreign Studies. So this is the Nagasaki Gaikokugo Daigaku. There's the kanji. So this is Nagasaki, these two characters. And then Gaikokugo, which is foreign language, and then Daigaku, which is university. So that's what the kanji. That's Daigaku. Yeah, the Jazzin program. So that's the thing that I did. Let's see what their website looks like. Whoops. They do have English. That looks like a stock photo. What? Oh, that was weird. It's like little dots. Let's see if I recognize anyone. At this point, some of the employees that I interacted with, one of them would probably be, if she's still there, she'd be high up in the ranks, I would assume. And then some of them might not even be there. Yeah, I don't recognize any. Actually, I might recognize her, maybe. Never saw that guy. This one, maybe, but I didn't have classes with them. Not sure. These could be stock photos. I'm just crazy. German, English. Oh, he's got quite the shirt on. I wonder if he's like an ex attendee of the school. And check out the English version. It's probably much more limited. Noofs. Okay. Let's see. Rena. Daniel Clausen. Lars. Let's see. They have a photo. No photo. Yeah, I don't know. I don't recognize these names. But this could be teaching English, which means I wouldn't deal with them or have interacted with them. I don't recognize any of his names. Interesting. Oh, maybe it's on here. I don't recognize that person either. Yeah, they were partnered with a university in Wisconsin. Yeah, this one. 2001. Yeah, that's the starting date. So I went through them, technically. Well, I mean, the university I was at, college I was at, interacted with them. I mean, the English stuff is probably just not as updated or anything compared to the Japanese. Yeah, it was a platform thing. Anyways, at the time, it was much more cost effective than other options I had seen. And a beautiful place, very mountainous. Of course, a lot of rain. If you're not used to rain, if you hate rain, don't go there. But besides that, it was nice. It's kind of a tropical-esque climate. Because Nagasaki's way on the lower south area of Japan. You'd show it. Oops, I'm using the wrong thing here. There we go. So, look at Japan. It's very long. I wish I could get some scale here, but it's big. It looks small in the context of like the world, but it's big, obviously. And then Fukuoka, I had flown through there multiple times. Or I mean, been there. And then I think we did a... Nah. Anyways. There's Osaka. And then Tokyo's up here. And then the actual Tokyo, the airport is in Narita, way over here. So it's a trip to go from Narita Airport to the Tokyo. There's probably other ones that make more sense to generally use if you can, but Narita is like the big one as far as I know. But I think I had gone there and then flown to Fukuoka and then took other transport to Nagasaki, which is over here. So you have the Nagasaki prefecture thing, but then Nagasaki city is where I was. So, Peace Park, I went there once or twice. That's obviously related to the atomic bombing. So, the horrors of humanity and what humans come up with to kill each other. But yeah, it's a nice park, beautiful park. Could probably jump in there. Someone did a 360 degree. That's a weird photo. Let's see. Maybe here? Let's see. I'm trying to find the statue. It's a really large statue with a guy pointing. I don't remember where it is. Maybe this. No, that's a baseball stadium. Oh, I was looking at the wrong thing. That is a track and a baseball stadium. It's over here. Okay. That's not it. Oh, here it is. I'm being unobservant. Yeah, it's this thing. Yeah. And they usually have cranes that people make and put there, like towards the bottom around here. Yeah. I actually have a little statue. I mean, it's like a rectangular, clear thing with the like a dot matrix shaped thing of this in there. It's pretty cool. My first host family gave it to me. Anyways, I don't know what tangent I was on, but yeah. Oh, I'm kind of curious what the viewership on the vertical shortos of this video. Analytics. I made 5 cents. file new from clipboard. So this is the vertical short version of that video. It has 1.3 or 1,300 views. Estimated revenue 5 cents. So that is the difference in ad revenue of the normal video, which is 850 at $1.78. And then the other one, which is 5 cents for 1,300 shorts views. Yeah, even, I mean, I've had some short videos do okay. Let me see the stats here. I'm going to sort by viewership. Okay, settings video is my most viewed video on there. I'll take a screen cap. I intended to have a short stream today, so this is fun. Editing is just tragic sometimes. Anyways, Nikon Z5 face and eye detect settings. So 94,000 views on that. It's a vertical short. I could see what ad revenue came from this. Oh, I've only got one tag. That's interesting. Let's add that. Need to tag more products in that video. Hmm. All right. Let's see. Do another screenshot. Oh, interesting. So in this case, 94,000 shorts views. I got $3.60. Big money. 90,000 more than usual, or 90,900 more than usual. 250. Wow, that's good. 259 subscribers from it. That's cool. My subscriber count versus my viewership on YouTube is a very terrible ratio. It's 99% unsubscribed or not subscribed versus 1% subscribed. So even if 10% of those people subscribe to my YouTube channel, it would make like a humongous difference in the viability of it. So yeah, because generally subscribers don't make a, like, it might not make a huge difference in viewership or anything like that, but just the social advertiser based, I mean, it would, I think it would set a floor of viewership Like if you have 100,000 subscribers, I think there's going to be a larger floor of viewership to your videos. So instead of 50 views, you might tend to get more so around 500 or something, which is still a legitimate difference, like on average. But from an advertiser perspective, if they see a channel with 14,000 subscribers or a channel with 120,000 subscribers, obviously they're gonna consider the channel with 120,000 subscribers as more of a potential advertising option than the channel with 14,000 subscribers. So it's just how humans are, how things work, as far as I understand it. So M6 Mark II hybrid, 32,000. Z5 f1.8, 85 millimeter. Just like a lens overview, 23,000. A6000. Video, bridge cameras, 16 millimeter 1.4 EFM lens. Oh, actually, I'm glad this got some viewership. This is a sewing project. Camera in any backpack, DIY, padded area. I'm kind of curious what. Let's see. I made a whole $1.05 on that one. From clipboard. I don't know if I made a full video of this. It's probably just the vertical short. I can look. So 17,000 views, 34 subscribers, $1.05. So now if I do 10,000 videos, you know, maybe I'll have a chance. Let's see. I do have a crafting. I should have a DIY playlist. A DIY crafting. Let me look at that one. I can't sort by views. That's kind of irritating. So this is the DIY crafting playlist. Modified the Godox thing, 496 views so far. I basically put another layer of diffusion on it, which I'm using right now. Just to, with how close it is to me, in the lowest, like near the lowest brightness level, it's still very bright. So that's why I added additional diffusion to it. Gaffer tape video. DIY. I bought these tiles from a home improvement store to make like a product photo thing. 230 views. I mean, is this not interesting? I don't know. I feel like it's a reasonable thumbnail. And the title seems reasonable, but 230 views. Big time viewership. Oh, the Velcro. Yeah, I really like these Velcro one wrap ties. They're very good. 7,000. Like, why would you downvote this? Why would you downvote these? What were you expecting? People who downvote videos. I very, very, very rarely downvote a video. I usually upvote videos after I watch them. And you know, a moderate, actually a pretty low percentage of videos I never up or downvote. Mostly upvote. Because I understand the challenge and the time and the effort that goes into a video. So I can appreciate people that put that effort in, put the time in. But I mean, clearly people did not like this one as much. I mean, is it that bad? Let me look. Maybe I just edited it bad, or I didn't include good information. Of course, I get ads on my own account. That this company had sent me to make a video on. I also want to take some photos. I was trying to think of ways to make it look more interesting. I have it set up here, but it doesn't look really fitting with this specific product. I have ear things on. To a few stores to look for some type of backdrop, some type of surface to use. I landed on Lowe's. It's one of the home improvement stores in... Maybe. Oh, I've got music in the background. Area. I think it would be true for Home Depot and Menards as well, but specifically Lowe's. Maybe they don't like the background music. That could be one reason. It's a little bit loud. I have these 18-inch square vinyl flooring tiles. They're very low cost, so picked up the 4 that they had available. Goal is to sandwich 2 of them together. Maybe I'll speed run my own video because this is gonna show up in the copyright tool probably as I watch my own video. And then this is being pushed to YouTube on a different YouTube channel. Let me do like a super speed. And then I have 2 surfaces, other 2 together, another 2 surfaces to try to improve the photos. This one here is kind of a marble look to it. Not really sure if this will be strong enough to bond the 2 pieces together, but you can always use some type of glue. In total, under $15 for the 4 squares. It's a flooring thing, and they didn't have any fake wood ones, at least at that specific store. I think these 2 are a good combination for maybe a light background and the foreground a darker, so I'm not going to attach those together. I don't think I'll be... I have these under a screen in my DDR exercise setup, so that's how much I use them for photography. Using these 2 together, I have the 2 ready to go. Just need to align them. That did increase their structural stability. I think the adhesive is going to be fine. I could always put an edge around this if I want to make it a little cleaner. Although when you're photographing, if you do put an edge, it could show up in the background. It might not be ideal. You know, if you don't get it absolutely perfect, there is a little bit of stickiness. I do want to get this off. Otherwise it may make the surface a little uneven. 2 different additional surfaces. These definitely have some weight to them, so keep that in mind. You'll notice when you try to pick them up at the store. Do have some flex, which is not great, but I don't think it's enough to be an issue. I have the 50mm f1.8s on the Nikon Z5, which will be for the photos, in addition to the 28mm f2.8. Might even try this Aster Hori 50mm tilt lens, in addition to some colored lights if I need it. I'm thinking just a simple picture of the bag with the belt. Like, why is this a bad video? To some people, I don't know. I think it's reasonable. Maybe the photos are bad. It is limited space, and the thing that I'm showing off is limited. So with stuff like this, certain programs you could probably fill these in, and it would make a decent photo out of it. you know, with the AI-based fill feature. I mean, that one's fine. I don't know what that was. Yeah, maybe they don't like the pictures. The photos aren't amazing. That one's okay. Was it? That's with the tilt shift or tilt lens. Yeah, that one's fine. That one's good. Oh, I gave this little, it's blocked by my face cam probably. That little turtle thing I got at a crane game and gave it to my nephew at one point. Yeah, I think this is reasonable. Got a photo out of it. That one's fine too. Anyways, people are so picky. Let's see what else we got here. Camera insert. If I did make a video on that padded area, it must have so low viewership that I see. Oh no, these are not sorted by views. It didn't in this thing on YouTube you can't sort in this area. I have a Lego slider. Wow, that completely flopped. I think this one, I was trying to avoid getting it hit in the for kids thing that happens with the big drama of for kids videos because it's Lego, you know, oh, Lego is always for kids, yeah. Anyways, that is just like a little slider that I made for a camera with Lego. It worked decently well too. But this is an older video, so the quality of the video might not be amazing. I could find out. Oh man, it doesn't even have ads on it. Yeah, I was using the term interlocking blocks to try to avoid getting hit in the thing for that, because when it goes into the for kids area, it locks the comments and stuff.
Of Legos. I've been doing a few different mounts and such with Lego. It's just what I have on hand, some old stuff I can use. It works relatively well. In this case, it is a video slide. So just take the camera off, look at it in detail. This is just simple plastic wheels. Did come with rubber. These come off very easily, but I learned while filming that they don't work well. They bounce too much. It just makes the video quality very bad in this case. But with the plastic, it works well. I do have a slide here, just again out of Legos. It's taped down with no residue duct tape. Holds really well, and of course the no residue part is very nice.
It's good tape.
So simple construction. Here these two pieces help the camera angle downward. In this case I am filming some SD cards. As you can see, for a future video I'm almost done.
I wonder if I can rebrand this and make it work with the algorithm crap
with as well, but works as you would expect. There's a little bit of movement, shift back and forward, or
oh man, a DSLR
rotational shift, but it's not terrible. So you can easily slide it through the whole table's length. In this case, I'm using the X100F for filming the video. It's a lot smaller, of course, than my DSLRs, and in that case, it works really well. It does have 60 frames a second, which I'll get to. That helps out with the final result. So just set it in here. Works pretty well. very little shift. In this case, I was able to get the blocks just right so it doesn't shift too much. But you can see, nice and smooth. The big challenge is getting it perfect. When you look at the video, everything is amplified. So even little tiny shifts of the mount or the camera or anything you really see in the video. So it's challenging, but I think it works just well enough that I don't need to go out and buy a actual real video slide. So as I mentioned, shooting 60 frames a second, and that helps me, I don't have to push the thing so extremely slow, and I can try to smooth out my movements. That way I can slow it down in post-processing to 30 frames a second.
Look at that.
It's really not much to it. Just turn on the camera and then try to get a smooth action, which you can see I'm really not doing well in this case, but if you do a few takes, you'll get.
I feel like this is a reasonable video. I'm gonna tag the, whoops, maybe I should not be showing this. It's probably fun. Because I'm not doing any beta stuff as far as I know at the moment. Let's see what the most recent X100 is. Man, those are $2,000 now. Over $2,000 for a flipping X100 series camera. Insane. Let me make sure this is not set oddly or something. I have it set not for kids, and yeah, do not restrict to my video, yeah. Does not have AI in it. English. Oh, it's getting kind of late. I'll probably in stream soon here. People in blogs. Let me switch to how to. Maybe I could make a vertical short of this. I probably still have this project. I can make a better thumbnail. Video slider made from Lego bricks. Let me just say Lego. Yeah, it needs a better thumbnail for sure. Maybe this will be my one little work thing. for today. I'll probably, I mean, for the stream, I'll try to work on that VCF Midwest tech channel video today. All right, let's see if I have this project. Otherwise, I could download it and pull a frame for the thumbnail, but on the back end of YouTube, the only downloads you can get are 720p, which is kind of stupid. Do a search for the video file name. Oops. Oh yeah, 2017. Thumbnails. Got thumbnails. Let's see. Which one? This one, maybe? Drop it in here. I usually use the develop tool of Affinity Photo. Maybe I'll do some extreme saturation and contrast to have the video pop. Well, file new. $4K. I don't think any of the other pictures are anything useful. Maybe this one. So the tape is there. A little bit better. Oops. Yeah. Lens corrections. Defringe. Sure. Remove vignette. Details. Noise reduction. Sure. Tone curves. Split toning. Good enough. Looks like it's in focus. I mean, the position of the camera in this one. I don't know if this program has a fill-in thing. Canva bought Affinity, or whatever they're called. Just like Serif company or something. But they haven't done a ton so far with the software. It did have an update relatively recently, but I can't really tell what had changed. So they'll probably make a new version at some point and add actual changes. And then, of course, that'll cost money. But at the very least, it's not software as a service, which I hate. So I'll take it. Whoops. That was weird. Let's try that again. Yeah, let's not do that. Maybe I could. Oops. Some type of. Hmm. I mean, it could be as simple as doing this. That's even just that is better than the existing thumbnail. I was gonna go hard and actually edit something interesting, but this is not bad. Yeah, I don't really want to show these clamp lights in the thumbnail. That said, there might be one with better positioning. Let's see what this one looks like. About 10 years later. Okay, that. The program crash? Yes. That's cool. Well, that program doesn't usually crash. So. Hmm. Let's see if it. It didn't even attempt to reopen anything. I might have disabled that feature if it exists. Let's try this again. Oh, it worked that time. It's very dark. Ambiance. Ambiance. Maybe this is not the one. Detail refinement. I have no idea what that does. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Actually, auto levels. Yeah. Yeah, it's so dark. I don't know. Hmm. Auto contrast. Auto colors. Nope. Nope. Okay, that didn't even work. uh, exposure, maybe. Levels. I mean, the blown out look, does that appeal to people? I'm not sure. Lens filter split toning. Brightness contrast. Shadow highlights. Okay, that helps a little bit. Just looks like a bad photo at this point. Very dingy looking. Well, yeah, this does not look good. Maybe this one. Sure. Okay, it's recovering. What exactly? No. I want to get more details on that, but just crank up the. Okay, maybe not that much. Nice clean frame. Okay, I think this is fine. It's better than the existing one, at least. Let me see if I can adjust the colors automatically. That help anything? I don't know if that helped anything. Nope. Auto levels. Nope. Oh, let me see what this looks like. Oh my goodness. It's very colorful. Which one's better? And that does nothing. It's kind of blue looking. Oh, I didn't have the layer selected. There we go. Vignette, defringe, emboss. Yeah, I don't think any of this is useful. Divide by alpha. No idea. Colors, color balance. That helped. There we go. File, switch here, save. I'm gonna save it locally. I don't want to have different stuff going on with my different backup drives. Lego Slider 2017. Then export it 1080p. Cool. And then I'll upload it to the existing. Yeah. Definitely at least better than the existing one. Change. I can do an A/B test as well. I'll just, yeah, I'll do an A/B test. All with the same image, but different titles. DIY camera slider. And what else can I say? Lego, but for videography. And then I could have a stupid emote or something. I don't know if A/B testing is a beta feature. It might be. I'm pretty sure all of my channels have it. I mean, they have a Google support article about it. All right. Let me find the emote that I can stick in there. Which one? Like curious face? Yeah, that works. He's like going, hmm. And I'll put a little video camera emote. I like emotes. We'll do the real type video camera emote. Put a question mark. Lego before videography? All right. Let's see if this helps the video. New thumbnail, different title. I have trouble saving your video. No, please don't waste my time. Sorry, we're not able to save it. Did my internet stop working? Leave page. Okay, that's irritating. Nah, oh man. All of my effort gone to waste. Let me see if I saved. Cannot create document. At least I remember one of the titles I used. Make sure I'm on the right. Sorry, face cam. This one. This one. Video slider DIY project. That one's good, right? Get my emotes again. It's probably not going to save. We'll see. I'm using Firefox browser, so maybe there's some weird compatibility issue or something. Cage. eBay. It worked this time. Good old YouTube. Cool. Okay, I'm done for today. Peace.